us today. Can you start off by telling me your name and your company and what area you work in?
Okay, so my name is Mark Maddens, and the name of my company is called HOCOA, which stands for Homeowners Clubs of America. And we cover the North Atlanta area, helping people find contractors, whether it's for a move or renovations or just regular repairs of their home.
So you work with people to, refer different types of companies to them to help them.
Yeah, so my customers are homeowners, but we'll call them partners or contractors. I mean, they are home contractors, but that does include moving companies as well as repair companies and maintenance and even renovations.
Oh, wonderful. Well, you sound very helpful.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell me what a day in the life of Mark looks like?
So a day in my life is really receiving telephone calls from homeowners with a particular set of problems or needs. Mostly I want to do the following to my home, or I need to do the following to my home based on, it could be a plumbing leak or, maintenance of some sort. It's time to get my air conditioning fixed. And then the other side of it is, so I take those, we call them work orders. I take those work orders and match them up with the right kind of contractor.
Oh, okay. You're like a dating service for repairs for your home. I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Do you have any sort of formal training or certification for this type of thing, or anybody in your company?
No, the franchise was started in Charlotte back in 1993. So
wow,
yeah,
22-year-old business.
Yeah, it's been operating for over 20 years, and really, my background is in marketing and to a lesser degree sales. And from the standpoint of knowledge base, I am handy, but I am not a qualified contractor. I have no formal training. It's more of owning a home and learning how to use a hammer and other tools.
Fair enough. Well, that knowledge is super useful. I mean, I'm not a homeowner, so if I became one, you'd be my go-to man. So what would you say is the biggest stressor for your clients? I'm sure it varies, but...
Yeah, I mean, for my clients, the biggest stressor is probably going to be an active home repair that's causing more damage, like a leak or something like that. But in general, we all know that moving is one of the biggest stressors. And I get a lot of phone calls where when somebody's moving, if they're moving out of their home, they might have a list of 10 or 12 items that need to be taken care of. A lot of times that includes the actual mover that's going to do the work, but it's the repairs or the updates. And then for the people that are moving in, they'll have already contacted a mover most of the time, but they've got a list of items that were on the inspection report that the seller didn't fix. So that's also stressful because they don't want to move in and think that, oh my God, I bought a money pit. So we want to put their minds at ease and say, we got this. We'll get all the contractors you need out there.
Absolutely. It's a lot of work to own a house, so I'm glad that you're there to help them. So what would you say a compliment from a happy client of yours sounds like?
A compliment for us is I made one phone call to Mark and he took care of everything. I didn't have to make a dozen phone calls. All it was that one phone call, and people started calling me and the contractor showed up and did the work.
That is a beautiful service, so I'm sure you get a lot of those compliments. And how do your clients typically hear about you?
So we have relationships with real estate agents. We have relationships with other contractors, a typical large contractor who doesn't want to handle a small job. So they're looking to do a renovation, build an add-on to a home. They don't want to fix a mailbox or paint a door or replace a window. So we become their partner. They're able to give us the name of the client or the homeowner, and then we're able to provide that service. So instead of just turning somebody away, they've now got a solution for their clients or potential clients if it comes down to that. So our main way is this word of mouth and these partnerships. We don't do a lot of online advertising or print advertising. We find that because we're not the actual contractor, it's not as immediate. They don't put your name in their little book and say, oh, I'm going to call them when.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
Yeah, so awesome. we get the referrals that way.
Awesome. Well, I know MaxSold will definitely be able to let you know if anybody needs our assistance. We love to, be able to help with a solution, even if it's not ours. So that's wonderful. And what kind of solutions and vendors do you partner with? I know we've touched on it a bit, but just to run through them.
Well, yeah, so we're going to partner with any kind of home repair contractor. You've got your normal ones like plumbing, electrical, the handyman, of course, are our probably biggest category. General contractors and builders that will do these large projects are also, big category for us. But we'll also get into specialty type contractors. Like we've got the movers, but even people that will just do the actual moving of the furniture. So in other words, they don't have the van, they're not providing the vehicle, they're just picking your furniture up and moving it into a container.
Helping hands.
Yeah, helping hands. And then, companies that'll do radon testing, mold testing, and then cleanup, carpet cleaning to maid service. We've got all those types of contractors. And then again, back to your normal kind, windows and doors, decks, carpentry. So we run the gamut. And for us, it's, if it's somebody that works inside of your home that's going to provide a service, we'd love to have them in our network.
Absolutely. That sounds amazing. You're doing it right. Now, how early before the actual move or before the actual stuff that has to be done, do your clients have to call you? Is there a timeline that they should stay within?
I wish there was. Well, what we find is I get some phone calls that are like, hey, we're moving this weekend. Do you know anybody? To we're moving in 3 months. The more time, we always say, the more time that you provide, the better service you'll get, because now contractors are not rushing around. If it's a move, you're able to book a mover for the day you want if you're 3 months out versus if you're 1 week out, especially in summertime where those guys are really booked. But if it's a small repair and let's say a handyman has time tomorrow or even today, it can happen that quickly. So there's no set timeline. We don't.
Right. So you make it work if you can make it work.
Exactly. Most people that call us that are like, oh my God, I need something right now, are pretty realistic that they're calling at the last minute and they're hoping to help them. And it's our best to try.
Awesome. And if this was to be a 30-second commercial for you to speak about your service to ideal clients, then what would it sound like?
30-second commercial would be something of the nature of, if you have a home repair need, call HOCOA. We take the who do I call out of home repair. That's kind of our little tagline. And the other thing is that we build relationships. We don't build lists. So when we provide a contractor, it's somebody that we've developed a relationship with, not just somebody that we randomly found. Absolutely.
It's someone you've worked with before and you can trust to recommend.
Exactly.
Well, MaxSold loves, hearing about that type of thing and helping people out as well. So we'll be referring anybody that needs help to you. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today. One last question. What's your MaxSold experience like?
So I called MaxSold, and you know this from when I met you in Atlanta, because I personally was moving and I had a miserable failure of a garage sale. We had great items, dresser, armoire, a lot of furniture, which typically, in my past experience, does great at garage sales. And so, again, we didn't sell any of the furniture, and I heard about MaxSold, and I was intrigued immediately. Like, oh my God, this sounds perfect for what I want to do. And other than having a little bit of technical problems, and I don't know if those were on my side or not, but I found the experience to be fantastic. I shouldn't say we, but I was able to take the pictures, create the descriptions, and load everything up onto the web. And then you guys took care of everything, including just the idea of, here's the pickup windows. I didn't have to deal with collecting money, worrying about even getting paid, or who's coming to get the stuff when. There's work on the front end of the process, which is still worth it because it goes so smooth. After that, it's out of your hands. All I did from the time I provided the product catalog till the pickup was post the link to my auction on my Facebook and social media so that people knew about it. And I found that to be just, and my life was made so easy. And then the support that I got from Emma was fantastic. I told her this, but she made the whole process just go so smoothly.
I'm so glad to hear that from myself and Emma and everybody here at MaxSold. Mark, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today. I really appreciate it. And we look forward to working with you in the future if that opportunity is ever there.
All right. So am I hanging on after you stop recording?
If you'd like to. I'm going to try and stop recording. I don't think I can stop recording until we leave, actually. But we can cut this off, of course.
All right. So I have a couple of ideas for you.
Yeah, I love ideas. It's good that these are being recorded.
So I was just thinking about, you guys, I don't know if you guys have a referral program per se. Where, oh, you do? So, that's something that for my customers, it would be like adding you guys as a contractor.
Right.
Where I get the phone call, and I won't get a ton of them, but it's something that I would promote into my customer base. Is like, hey, don't worry about a garage sale. Call MaxSold. I mean, the level of customer service that I was provided leaves me with no doubt that it's the right thing to recommend. And I mean that. And I think also if you have this referral program, market that to movers.
Yeah.
They themselves, a lot of movers offer their own referral programs to real estate agents. But between real estate agents, professional organizers, and the actual movers themselves, it's, to me, it's a great idea as far as the program of getting more people that know about you.
Absolutely. And taking from what you said, even during the interview, where you mainly do referrals from word of mouth and that works for you, then, I mean, that's fantastic. And we're super happy to do that. We do focus a lot with move managers, organizers, hence meeting you at NAPO. But we would love to, movers is something that I don't think we've targeted. So thank you so much for bringing that type of thing up. I mean, you're in the business. So this is anything you want to provide is awesome.
Well, again, I just think they're on the front end of so many of those things. To do a move, so many of them say, what's your home inventory? Like, tell me all the furniture you're going to move. And all they have to do is when they send their confirmation email, it's like, hey, if you're looking to get rid of your furniture or your household goods, click here. You guys could have the informative page that they go to qualify them to make sure they're a good fit. I think it's fantastic. And I really believe that, other than those minor technical glitches, my move or my auction, made almost $600 where I was going to donate everything.
Yeah, so, absolutely. And you were paid to do that. So I thank you so much for, seeing the value in the service. We'd be super happy to be your partner. And I'll send you some referral information actually in an email after this so that you have that. But feel free to contact me about anything ever, anything you need from me, anything you think MaxSold should be doing with partners such as yourself. And I'm more than happy to accommodate. I love hearing from you. So any feedback's always welcome. All
right. Well, thank you. And I guess we're hanging out then.
Yes, it was so nice to see you again, Mark. Someday again soon, maybe, back in Georgia.
Bye from Atlanta. All right.